Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी महारानी की कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की समवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories all glories all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. हरे कृष्णा। कृपया सब कोई अपने अपने स्थान पर बैठ जाइए। अभी नरसिंह आरती। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय Latan Khana Khala तनुभृङ्गा केशवधेशा नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे कर कमलवरे हरे रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रेम से बोले सर्व विघ्न विनाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की Hare Krishna. There will be class here on Bhagavad Gita from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. So those who want to listen it, please be kindly seated. अभी यहाँ पर भगवद गीता में अंग्रेजी में प्रवचन होगा 7:30 से 8:30 बजे तक. जिनको भी भगवद गीता का पाठ सुनना है कृपया करके अपने स्थान में बैठे रहें, शांति बनाए रखें. हरे कृष्णा. आज की कक्षा श्रीमान प्रेम किशोर प्रभु जी के द्वारा लिया जाएगा.
राधा मतलब होती है?
हाँ गाते हैं, जितना गाना गा सकते हैं. टाइम कम है तो और
कोई बैठने के लिए है क्या?
हाँ बैठेंगे.
अच्छा ये कौन सा वर्ष है? नहीं
आपको पता नहीं है?
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम बोलिए रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम हरि बोल गोरा हरि बोल ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके Bhaktirabhavati Naishtiki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as it is, chapter number 3, Karma Yoga, text 29. Prakriter guna sammodha sajjante guna karmasu tan kritso vido mandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. Prakrite guna sammodha sajjante guna karmasu tana kritsavido mandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. Prakrite guna sammodha sajjante guna karmasu tana kritsavido mandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. Prakrite of material nature, guna by the modes, sammodaha befooled by material identification. Sajjante, they become engaged. Guna karmasu, in material activities. Tan, those. Akritsna vidaha, persons with poor fund of knowledge. Mandan, lazy to understand self-realization. Kritsnavin, one who is in factual knowledge. Na, not. Vichalayet, should try to agitate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in material activities and become attached. But the wise should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. Purport: persons who are unknowledgeable falsely identify with gross material consciousness and are full of material designations. This body is a gift of material nature, and one who is too much attached to the bodily consciousness is called manda, or a lazy person without understanding of spirit soul. Ignorant men think of body as self. They accept bodily connections with others as kinsmanship. The land in which body is obtained is their object of worship, and they consider the formalities of religious rituals to be ends in themselves. Social work, nationalism, altruism are some of the activities for such materially designated persons. Under the spell of such designations, they are always busy in the material field, for their spiritual realization is a myth, and so they are not interested. Those who are enlightened in spiritual life, however, should not try to agitate such materially engrossed persons. Better to prosecute one's own spiritual activities silently. Such bewildered persons may be engaged in such primary moral principles of life as non-violence and similar material benevolent work. Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness, and therefore Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them and simply waste valuable time. But the devotees of Lord are more kind than the Lord, because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risks, even to the point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness which are absolutely necessary for the human being. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalum Panghum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Paristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. On this auspicious occasion of Shri Ramanavami, the divine appearance, Avirbhav Mahotsav of Lord Shri Ram. The Lord appears in our life to enlighten our life, to make our life more beautiful, more meaningful, and more purposeful. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. In Gita only, Lord Krishna has said, somebody who understands the nature of my birth and my activities, he will not come back and take birth. Arey, kya baat hai? As Indians, you know, right? We have heard so much Mahabharata, we have read Ramayana. So, what is the special thing? So, are we qualified to go back to Godhead? Are we qualified to get moksha so that we don't come back to this world? Krishna adds an asterisk. He says, one who understands the divinity of my activities and my birth in essence. I remember one boy who came to me and said, I heard that I asked him, I said, I heard that you are very self-realized. Do you think you are self-realized? He said, yes, Prabhuji. मैं आत्म साक्षात्कारी हूँ. I said, if you are, please let me know what exactly are the symptoms. He could not control over his anger. He could not control over his intelligence. He was addicted to so many things. But he thought that he is self-realized. Many times we think we know something, but we don't understand the essence of that point. We've seen Krishna being born. We've seen Krishna playing in Vrindavan. We've seen Krishna singing, dancing, and we have enjoyed Krishna's pastimes. But Krishna is clearly saying, Janma, Karma, Chame Divyam. Anybody who understands the divinity, the nature of divinity of my pastimes, my stories, they are divine. They are not normal. Just as a normal person is born, when he is born, first of all, he is covered with so many liquids. Second, he's given a whack on his back so that he starts crying if he doesn't cry. Entry हमारी दुनिया में रोती रोती होती है. But when Krishna appears, what is the beautiful description of Krishna's appearance? Krishna appears, Lord Ram appears. And the appearance of Lord Ram is so beautiful, that when Dashrath looks at the beauty of Lord Ram, he gets stunned. How did Krishna appear? Krishna appeared in the jail of Mathura, but he appeared with Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. So much so that Mother Devi had to say, please, please, cover yourself, otherwise Kamsa will come to know. And his activities, the divinity, that these pastimes are not something which is performed by normal human beings, but performed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And these pastimes, when I know and I understand the divinity, the power of divine nature of these pastimes, that divine nature will touch my ordinary existence and make my life spiritual. Such is the beautiful nature of Lord's Leelas. You hear the Leela, and slowly and steadily, when you hear about its divine nature, you hear about its detail, slowly and steadily, whatever misgiving is there in the heart will be wiped out. It will be wiped out as if somebody is doing jhadu. Such is the nature, right? Today is Ramanavami. We are discussing about the beautiful nature of Lord, the beautiful appearance of Lord Ram. How Lord Ram appeared. Since ages, we are discussing the same story. But as we discuss the beautiful pastime of how the yajna happened, how the queens of Dashrath, they got the pious, how Lord Ram was born, Lakshman was born, Bharat, Shatrugna, they were born. But by hearing the same stories again and again, these stories will clear the misgivings in our heart. Sage Parashar, he is the father of Shri Vyasadeva. He gives a definition. He says, anybody whom you want to know is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have to keep a barometer, a check. Does he have all these qualities to the fullest? And were they missing on some time? These qualities are in full with the Lord. He says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashashriya jnana vairanga yoschaiva shannam bhaga itingana. He says, Aishwaryasya, he has all the wealth in the world, richest. Right? Tirupati Balaji, the richest Lord. He is richest of all. Okay? Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya. He has the strength of the entire world. He is very, very strong. Jnana. He has amazing knowledge. Vairagya. He is epitome of a renunciation. You wonder, अरे भगवान मतलब enjoy करते हैं. If we hear how much, bhoga the Lord eats, you wonder, what renunciation are you talking about? We'll come to that. But somebody who possesses wealth, somebody who possesses, strength, somebody possesses knowledge. Aishwaryasa samagrasa, viryasya, that is strength, yashaha, he's famous. Famous everywhere, all the time, in all the places, he's always famous. And shriyaha, beautiful. His beauty is amazing. So much enchanting that anybody might faint. Jnana, Vairagya Ichchaiva, Yoshchaiva, all these 6 qualities, when the Lord has, He is to be considered as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, let's see how, Lord Ram's Leela, we can see all these beautiful qualities. So, beginning with his fame. His fame was so amazing that after so many years of rule, when Dasharath Maharaj, he asked his ministers that, should we crown Lord Ram, my son Ram, as the next king? What did all the king's men said? They all clapped. They said, yeah, we are waiting. So he wondered. He said, my son is much more famous than me. Matlab, if an officer meets his staff and says, I think we should have another successor. And they say, yeah, sir, fast. Matlab, you will say, they are waiting for my retirement. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki, Shri Lalita Vishakha Devi ki, Shri Gopal Ji Bhagavan ki, Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Sita Ram Sita Lakshman Hanuman ki. So here he is so famous that everybody has heard about him and everybody wants to know more about him. Everybody is so much pleased just by hearing his descriptions. Today, if we go nationally, practically everybody knows about Ramayana. Everybody knows about Lord Ram's benevolence, Lord Ram's greatness. But when we go to international level, when we go to international countries, be it Thailand, be it Indonesia, they all have their own versions of Ramayana. They are so much influenced by Ramayana. One of the queens of Korea, she came from Ayodhya, long back, a princess. So they feel that, Ayodhya is our, ancestral property. Sometimes they come to visit. And we are here, somebody who is a part of India, but we don't know the greatness of Lord Ram. He is super famous. Wherever Lord Ram went, in his, Ramayana. Ramayana is Lord Ram's travels. Wherever he went, everybody was waiting eagerly. Ram aayenge. Lord Ram is going to come. He is so famous. Famous in Indonesia, famous in Cambodia, even famous in the Buddhist culture, famous in Myanmar. In Myanmar, there is a particular show which is called as Hikayat Seri Ram, where they have a shadow puppetry and they display the stories of Lord Ram. So this has been going on since ancient times. So many, archaeological surveys have been done where the beautiful stories of Ramayana have been depicted and Lord Ram is glorified. He's so famous. He's so famous that when Ram was about to be sent for Vanvas, the entire kingdom of Ayodhya, they wanted to walk off with him. मतलब kingdom ही क्या बचेगा? But Lord Ram said no. I want to fulfill 3 purposes. I want to give my brother the kingdom. I want to keep the wish of my father, Raghukula Riti Sada Chali Ai, Prana Jaya Par, Vachana Na Jaya. And I want a nice residence in the forest. Break. Vacation time. Said 14 years, nothing. The Ram was so famous, he stopped all the people of Rama and of the Ayodhya and said, "Arey, आप लोग निकल जाओगे तो मेरा भाई किस पे राज करेगा? If you all are going to walk with me, who is he going to rule? You know, if I have taken this vow, if I am going to follow this, there has to be the purpose also, no? I have to go to Vanvas and my brother has to rule, so wait here." Next comes his strength. Strength is not just physical strength. Strength is also mental strength. Strength is also emotional strength. And Lord Ram is definitely known for his amazing strength. The strength of his archery. He used to throw arrows in such a speed that a normal eye could not see. When he went during Vanvas, when Mother Sita was abducted, he went to meet Sugriv and wanted to do a truce. At that time, Sugriv said, "Pehle aapko test dena padega." You'll have to qualify. You're going to fight with Vali. Vali is of enormous strength. So what is the strength? He said, there are these 7 trees. You'll have to pierce all these 7 trees with one arrow. And Lakshman, Lord Lakshman is like, the angry young man. He said, "How dare you challenge my brother?" Lord Ram said, "Don't worry." And with one single arrow, he just pierced through all these trees. It is said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same Lord Ram who appeared 500 years back in West Bengal as Sri Nimai Pandit, when he took sannyas as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came to Nasik, he came and embraced these 7 trees. मेरे लीला में मदद किया आपने. जब when I came as Ramachandra, you helped me. And these trees, they got liberated and flew away in the air. वो सातों के सातों झाड़ गायब हो गए. His physical strength was so amazing. Any examples you can think of? The first example that he showed was where he not killed, but he shooed away the Subahu and Marich. When Vishwamitra came and asked for, "I need your sons," to Dashrath Maharaj, and Dashrath Maharaj handed over. And when he went to the forest, and then when he went to Mithila, over there, he very easily picked up a bow and stringed and broke that bow into 2 halves. How strong was that bow? Whose bow was it? Lord Shiva's bow. It is called as Haradhanushya. It was so heavy that it required 5,000 strong men to just move it into the assembly. That simple looking task, which Mother Sita did very easily. She came and she lifted the bow and just cleaned. Normally we do dusting at home. We lift a book and clean below. So she just came, she lifted the bow, she cleaned. And Janak Maharaj saw, he said, "My God, my daughter is so powerful, her husband has to be much powerful than her. So definitely if she can lift, there has to be somebody who will put the rope around and break the bow." So he kept this Swayamvar challenge, and Lord Ram very effortlessly, he paid obeisances to everybody. He paid obeisance to Vishwamitra and he went ahead with permission. He was not very eager to do competition, you know. He was not looking for competition. But by permission of Vishwamitra, and Janak Maharaj always wanted, he went, he lifted the bow so easily as if a small boy lifts a mushroom, and broke the whole Dhanusha in 2 pieces. After that, when the Vanvas happened, when they were in Dandakaranya, near Nasik, today morning our Baldev Prabhu was talking about, the beautiful deity that is there in Nasik is called as Kalaram. So it is not Kalaram, but it is Kalaram. Why? Because at that place, Lord Ram displayed his fierceful power. What power? When the brothers of Ravana, Khara and Dushan, they came to fight with Lord Ram. One of my friends, one of my friend's daughter, she was telling me that, we were moving around in Chowpatty, and one boy kind of pushed her elder sister, and as she pushed her elder sister, the father was there and he was seeing, and he saw that this boy purposefully, was doing a mischief. So he grabbed the collar of the boy and gave him such a tight slap that the boy for a moment dazed. What did I do? And he realized his mistake and he begged forgiveness. So this girl was saying, "Father ho to aisa." He slapped her so nicely. She was sharing her pride of how my father is so great. So happened that Mother Sita was once asking Lord Ram, बोल देखिए ये बाण लेके चलते हैं, कुछ करते भी है इससे. What do you do with this? So when Khardushan came with 11,000 Rakshasas to fight in Nasik, there's a very famous place in Nasik called as Sita Gufa. How many of you have been there? Sita Gufa? It's a very narrow, climb down. You have to have the challenge of, thin body to go down that. It was such a safe place, a gufa, where Lord Ram kept Sita. He told Lakshman to be outside and guard the hut. And he said, I will deal with all these 11,000. Lakshman said, Bhaiya, give me the chance. I will fight. You be with, Mother Sita. He said, मेरे reputation का सवाल. My wife wants to see my power, and I'll show her. And he single-handedly, he made all these 11,000 Rakshasas vanquish within no time. And some acharyas say that when he did that, Mother Sita came out, and she was so happy and so happy to see the valor of her husband. Such is the strength. He knew so many astras, the Brahmastra, the Jnanastra, so many different astras he used. See, it is very easy to get the knowledge of astras. As we heard in Mahabharata, Ashwatthama had the knowledge of Brahmastra, but he didn't know where to use it, how to use it. And it caused him more problem. But Lord Ram had such amazing power that he knew where to use which astra, and he used the right astra at the right time to give the right effect. And his mental and emotional strength, there is no match to it. When he was told, you have been, just imagine you have been made the CEO of a company, just today night, 9 o'clock, you get an appointment letter and say, tomorrow morning, first thing, 9 o'clock, we'll hand over the keys of the company to you. You'll be so happy. He said, it has been your dream. And that very next morning, 7 o'clock, you are told, sorry, you'll have to leave the premises with no money, with no phone, with no cards, just with a tree bark and your basic ammunitions, and you'll have to leave the country for 14 years, no contact whatsoever. And Ramayana speaks about the change of emotions on Ram's face. However balanced you are, thoda to eyebrow change hoga. I mean, suddenly, you're expecting sweet rice and you've got this bitter karela. But there was no change in the mood of Lord Ram. He was so equipoised. He said, for my father, I'm ready to do anything. He said, mother, you had to make my father cry for this. You could have come directly to me and told me. I would have done this for you. Why you had to trouble my father for this? As it is, taking the responsibility of such a big kingdom, I wanted some solitude. So this forest will provide me such amazing knowledge that I'll meet the sages. I'll live a beautiful life. I'll control myself, and then we'll see about the kingdom. Such amazing emotional strength. And then there are so many instances in Ramayana where Lord Ram instructs Bharata, Lord Ram instructs Lakshman, instructs Sugriv, instructs Hanumanji, which shows his such mental strength. Next is the power of knowledge. Such amazing knowledge. The Ramayana is full of description of Lord Ram's philosophical discussions with Vishwamitra, his metaphysical discussions with Agastya Muni. He knew so many different languages, multilinguist. Recently I heard of a boy from South India who knows 400 languages. 400 languages. What does it mean? And he can write 80 languages fluently. So Lord Ram knew even the languages of the animals. He could communicate with the animals. Such is the profound knowledge of Lord Ram. And renunciation. What is renunciation? He renounced his kingdom. And for dharma, he had to renounce his wife. He had to renounce his own brother. And finally, he renounced his own body. Without whatever dharma demanded, whatever a king's character demanded, he was ready to do without any doubt, without any, thinking twice. And wealth. As a king, he performed so many yajnas. He ruled for 11,000 years. I was wondering, 14 years of exile is nothing in front of 11,000 years. But what he did in 11,000 years, he continuously performed yajna for the benefit of the society, for his own kingdom. Such a vast kingdom. The whole world was his kingdom. He performed so many yajnas. And yajnas happen like that. Today, when we do yajna, if I have to get pure ghee, which is probably 2,000 rupees a kilo, imagine that time you take gallons, and today our yajna kundas are so small. Earlier, the yajna kundas used to be miles long. So many brahmanas, so many hotas who were chanting mantras. So like that, continuously the flame of yajna used to be on in Ayodhya. It requires money, right? So he possessed so much wealth. It is said that the streets of Ayodhya were always fragrant. There were no thieves there. Why? Because everybody had what they required. Rama Rajya. Such is the beautiful wealth of Lord Ram. And The last one, the beauty. The beauty of Lord Ram is so amazing, so bewitching. It is said that when he was returning from his exile on the Pushpak Vimana, he stopped. He stopped at many places. He stopped at a particular place where the Munis wanted to meet him. And they said, Lord, you cannot go. You know, we love you so much. We are so much enamored by your beauty. You just cannot go. So what did Lord Ram do? He got a beautiful deity of him. एक सुंदर से विग्रह were carved by Vishwakarma, and that deity is still there in the area of Tanjore. He's called as Vadavur Ram. And I had the fortune of taking his darshan in the last week, and he's so beautiful. He's actually very, very, very beautiful. I mean, his beautiful eyebrows, his huge eyes, his smile is so, charming. And he's standing, normally Lord Ram is standing with a bow and an arrow. But here, with the bow and arrow, the bow is called Kodanda. With the Kodanda, he is standing in a Tribhanga position. Like Krishna stands in a Tribhanga position, He's bent at three places. It gives a very, very, very dancing, very, very charming appearance. So here, Lord Ram is appearing in three bending form. It's so bewitching beauty. The Lord Ram told these sages, take this deity. I am going, but you worship the deity. So it's that deity is millions of years old. And he was lost because of so many developments. He came in the dreams of the king, and the king again installed. The most, in the Sundarkand, Lord Hanuman describes the beauty of Lord Ram. How his eyes are so beautiful, how his limbs are so beautiful. Shri Tulsidas mentions, Kandarpa Aganita Amita Chavi Navanila Nirada Sundaram Patapita Manaho Tadita Ruchi Shuchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram. Beautiful. His beauty is uncomparable to millions of cupids. Kamadev, जो बहुत ही सुंदर माने जाते हैं, वो considered to be very, very beautiful. His beauty is compared to so many Kandarpas together. One more beautiful quality of Lord Ram is his compassion for his devotees. There is this beautiful city where there is a beautiful lake, 13 miles long, 21 feet deep, called as Madhurantakam. There's a beautiful lake there. And over there, there is this beautiful deity of Erikatha Rama. Erikatha Rama. Erikatha Rama. So, the legend goes that this beautiful Rama, it's actually one of the Abhimana Sthalas of Shri Vaishnavas, where Lord where Shripad Ramanujacharya got his Pancha Samskar mantras. So it's a very, very famous place. So they were going to build the temple for Mother Sita. She's called as Janakavalli. And the stones were ready there. But it so happened that that year it rained so heavily, that there was a fear that the entire lake of Madhurantaka will overflow. And because the villages were low-lying, the lake will eventually drown the entire village. So there was this British, what is it called? An officer, his name was Colonel Blaze. So Mr. Blaze he was a pious, Christian, and he was moving around and seeing. So they were looking out for big, stones to save the small dam that they had made to save from the lake. And when they saw that there were these big stones which are kept for making the temple, they said that, your Lord is not saving you from the, lake. At least let us use this, what is the use of making another temple if the village won't survive? So he took some stones to make these bunds around the lake. But somehow or another, it kept pouring, as they say, it kept pouring cats and dogs. So such heavy rains that everybody in the village who had practically forgotten to worship Lord Ram, they all had no other shelter but the dilapidated temple of Lord Ram. And with Lord Ram, with all of them, even Lord Ram was getting Abhishek. There was so much heavy rain. So over there was an old man who was telling them, he said, you have forgotten Lord Ram. Just see, this is the curse of the nature. Because you've forgotten Lord Ram, we are going through such problems. And all of them saying, old man, just shut up. And they finally went to the colonel and said, please do something. And because he was a responsible officer, he went and said, let me see the reality of what's happening. And he went and stood on the banks of the lake. And he was shocked to see that there was so much rain that within few minutes, the whole lake was going to overflow. And if the rain continued like this, the whole lake will break open the bund and it will become a watery, grave for everybody. And as he was analyzing the whole scenario, he realized that now he has come to a particular point where he himself is not safe. He cannot go back to safety. He's wondering what to do. Somehow or other, in his retinue, this old man was also there. His own man came. He said, sir, the only person who can save us from this calamity is Lord Ram. Lord Ram, to save his wife from a Rakshasa, he did such heroic feats. He did truce with Vanaras. He built a bridge. He is so much merciful on his devotees. And he's, in short, he gave a Ramayana course to the colonel. And he was kept hearing. He was wondering, iska suno, ye dekho. But somehow that he could not, take his attention off. At the end he said, the only person who can save us is Lord Ram. Please, pray to him. And the colonel was wondering, he said, I belong to a different faith. But he had no other recluse. He bent down in knees and he said, O Lord Ram, I don't have faith. I'm a novice. But to save your devotees of the village, please do something. They are waiting for your stroke of mercy. Please do something by which you can save them. And if you save them, I promise I will build a very beautiful temple for your wife. For Mother Sita, I will build a very beautiful temple. And he pleaded with all the humility at his heart. Sincerely he pleaded and prayed to Lord Ram, ki please save us, save us. And it so happened that there was a lightning at that time. And in that lightning, Colonel could see two beautiful figures which were, shining in the lightning. And he realized that these beautiful figures are coming at him. And both of them were carrying bow and arrow. And the elder of them was looking at him and smiling and giving a smile of assurance. Do not worry, I will take care. And with that, looking at the beauty of that figure which has come in front of him, it was shining like lightning. Colonel Blaze fainted. And when he woke up, he was in his comfortable bed in his room. He was wondering. He said, what happened to the rain? What happened to the tank? And his retinue, his servants, they told him, sir, immediately as you fainted, suddenly the rain stopped. And very, very astonishingly, the water level started coming down, and we also planned to open some gates and some water drained out. So we are in safe zone. So after he finished his, this is 1798, during the British Raj. And after he finished his, responsibility there, he definitely built a temple for Tayar, as they call, the consort of Lord Ram, the Janakavali temple. Until today, this Madhurantaka temple, the Lord Ram over there is called as Erikat Ram. Once the Lord Ram who saved the tank, who saved the lake from splitting. Such is the merciful pastimes of Lord Ram. The more and more we hear about his qualities, the more and more we hear about his pastimes, our heart will be filled with enthusiasm to do our spiritual responsibilities more enthusiastically and more happily and blissfully. Thank you very much. Shri Ram Navami Maha Mahotsav ki, Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.